sister on the throne. Nothing is more important. And this is the marriage that makes it possible.
This is us playing God, and we will be judged for it.
I am Joe Deckelmeyer with Screen Rant. We are at New York Comic Con 2024. I am with the crew of the highly anticipated Dune Prophecy, which is absolutely incredible. I've only seen the first 2 episodes. I cannot wait for fans to watch this show. Look, when they first announced the show, I was like, how are they going to make a Dune TV show? And then here we are. It is incredible, epic scale. Jessica, first question is for you. Your time as young Valia sets the stage for what we see later Emily Watson do. Did you get to speak to her about Valia or otherwise decide on what remains true about her character and your respective different performances during the different eras that we see?
So obviously, I'm not going to tell Emily Watson what to do.
Sure.
Like, that's kind of. I think that the initial conversation is just like, what are you going to do? So what do you think about it, right? Like, what are you going to do? No, like I spoke to her. We had just a completely regular conversation, just like saying hi. And she's the nicest person ever. And I think that we just found that we had a lot of things naturally in common, how we would come to a job anyway. Sure. And then it was just a case of, I then didn't see her for like 4 months. So we would just keep like an open conversation, but I guess like my job really was to just like not mess up whatever Emily Watson decides to do and just like try and live up to whatever she created. Yeah.
Well, you're killing it. You're killing it.
Thanks.
Now, Sarah-Sofie, Josh, gonna ask you guys, can you talk about Princess Yanez and Constantine's sibling dynamic in the series?
Yeah, so I guess our sibling dynamic is they're like each other's best friends. They're rocks in the palace. They have like a very, very, we've obviously had the same upbringing, but they've gone through a few traumatic events together, and it, they're just super close.
Yeah. I think, like the kind of life that they live comes with so many things. There's the privilege, the wealth, the, royal family life, living a very secluded life. But then there's also a more darker side to that, they went through a traumatic experience, as a very, as very young kids, they kind of realized that the life that they live holds value to other people, to strangers, and that it can be dangerous to be them, and that some people want something out of them because of their position in life, and also that makes it hard to trust people. Yeah. So their circle of people who really knows them and who they really trust is very, very small.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I think for them, like going through what they went through has, made their bond really strong, but also to have someone who just knows, like, because they're living the exact same life, I think is very helpful to them.
Yeah, and I don't think they have anyone else in their lives that could empathize with, I guess, the pressures of that. Yeah. And then everything that comes with, I guess, being like the heir to the throne or being in the royal family. Like there's a lot that goes into that.
Yeah, and they like protect each other as well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now that Yanez is heir to the throne while Constantine is the illegitimate son, how do they see each other?
I don't think that plays a part in how they see each other.
Okay.
At all.
Yeah, I think Constantine has unconditional love for Nez, so he's happy. Like, I guess he would like to be able to have, I guess, higher prospects in the royal house, but for him, he's just happy to see like Nez succeed and keep her safe is his like main priority.
You guys are so cute. Yeah. Like whenever we do these interviews, like you guys are like talking like really cute with each other. She's like, I'm really sad, and I'm like, I'm really mad.
I'm angry.
Like, we just really protect and care about each other. Like it's been really hard, but we have each other. Yeah. It's like Brady Bunch.
I know, right? Now, Chloe, Reverend Mother Tula Harkonnen sees Lilla almost as a daughter, but we find out Lilla's biological family, who they are. What can you tell me about their relationship and where we see it go in Prophecy?
Ooh, okay. I've not been asked this question yet. I like it. So I think Lila's always had the question of where she comes from and her biology, because she's seen like other sisters come into the sisterhood who've had a life previously. Sure. And they've known their family, and that's a big important thing for her. And so I think she's depended on Tula to be the mother figure that she never had. And I think that Tula's one of the only people in the sisterhood that she feels like she can trust and depend on, and that she feels like values her as a sister. So I think their relationship eventually gets a bit tested when Lila has to decide whether she does ultimately trust that Tula cares about her, or if Tula just cares about the sisterhood.
Interesting. Jessica, time has always been approached uniquely in the Dune series. How much more do we get to explore the early days of Valia and the Harkonnens throughout the series beyond the first episode?
Oh, you get to see so much. Like, I'm so excited for the audience to get like context and background on these people, like, because it's so different than what any of the audience will have seen before, and it's really unique within the show as well. I was outside. I got to go outside into the real world. So yeah, you go into it like you go into so many different things. Like, I can't even begin to tell you. You have no idea.
I don't have. Yeah.
So ominous.
I mean, I don't even. I mean, you probably by episode 2 like begin to understand it, but like no, like you actually have no idea what you're about to see.
You can't tease me like that. How dare you? Now, Sarah-Sofie, Yanez loves both the throne and the sisterhood. Can you talk about their balancing her passion for power in various forms?
Yeah, I think she admires and looks up to the sisterhood, and they have, you know, something that she can use in being the future ruler, and she wants to learn all of these abilities because she wants to do things differently. And so I think you know, I think she wants both in a way, you know. Yeah.
But what happens when those two things don't align?
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
Prophecy is what happens.
Dune prophecy is what happens.
This show.
Absolutely. Josh, Constantine, on the other hand, he seems very eager to participate in service when it comes to the sleuthing for his family. What does he think his place in the fledgling Imperium is?
I think Constantine, he's a little bit of a schemer. He's like always... He watches everything, so he's always aware of what happens, I guess, in the higher ranks and the lower ranks of the Imperium. But I think for him, he's trying to prove himself most of the time to his father, and he's got a rep for being a bit of like, I guess, a partier and a playboy. So he's trying to, I guess, get out of that and earn some of his own honor and respect. But he kind of falls back and forth between those two. But yeah, for him, I think he's trying to just move up the ranks.
All right. Now, Chloe, question for you. We know the Bene Gesserits can communicate with their ancestors at any given time, and other characters are very cognizant of the future. How does that omnipresence of the past, present, and future affect your performance and understanding of Lila?
Whoa. My understanding of life, like in general.
Lila.
Oh, Lila.
Yeah.
I thought you said my understanding of life.
Question for you in your life.
I think my understanding Sorry, 1 second. I think for Lila, I think it's something that she seeks. It's something that is, for her, a promising part of the sisterhood. I think she knows that when she eventually will be able to go through, like, being able to access her ancestors' memory, I think she knows that it'll be fulfilling for her because it's what she's always wanted. And I think it gives her a purpose of, actually, this is what I'm meant to do. This is why I'm here. And I think, it'd be the thing that would fulfill her.
Look, I cannot wait for fans to watch Dune Prophecy. It is incredible. I already want episode 3, so please put in a good word for me.
I want it too.
Yeah, there you go. But thank you guys so much for stopping by. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Of course, thank you.
Take out your blade.